Okay, let's unpack this. We're stepping into what feels like a terrifying new phase in the Middle East.
Definitely.
Reports are just flooding in now. The brief Israel-Iran ceasefire has collapsed, and violently. We're seeing confirmed Iranian missile strikes hitting Israeli territory. Really feels like the worst-case scenario playing out. Truly chilling, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And what's really crucial here, I think, is that for decades, this conflict, it's largely been fought through proxies, you know?
Right, indirect warfare.
Exactly. Allied forces fighting for bigger powers. But this is different. This isn't just another flare-up. This is Iran openly launching a direct missile barrage on Israel. That's crossing a critical red line.
A huge strategic shift.
Fundamentally redefines the rules, Challenges deterrence. So for you listening, our goal in this deep dive is to quickly get to grips with what actually sparked this, the scale of it and the immediate ripple effects.
And we're sticking straight to the sources we've gathered, reporting impartially.
Absolutely.
And the immediate impact is just severe. Shock waves across the region. We're talking about waves of ballistic missiles.
Launched directly from Iran.
Hitting sites across southern and central Israel. Now, the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, they deployed their layered defense. You got the Iron Dome.
For the shorter range stuff.
Exactly. And the arrow systems for these long-range ballistic types. Sources indicate they intercepted most, but critically, not all of them.
And that not all is key.
Definitely. Alarms, sirens blaring across major cities. Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Beersheba. Just imagine the fear on the ground right now.
Millions scrambling for shelters. Terrifying picture.
So knowing that, it really begs the question, what exactly triggered this, such a rapid, violent breakdown?
Yeah, that's the core question. According to Israeli intelligence reports we're seeing, Iran resumed weapons shipments to Hezbollah in Lebanon just yesterday.
Hezbollah, the proxy group.
The powerful one, yes. And that was a direct violation of the ceasefire terms.
Yep.
So Israel responded. An airstrike on a convoy, reportedly in Syria, overnight.
And Tehran's reaction.
They immediately labeled it an act of war. And then the missile strikes followed very quickly. It's a rapid tit-for-tat escalation.
So not just a reaction, it's a deliberate, undeniable escalation. Can you tell us more about the missiles, the types, the targets? Is there a pattern?
Well, sources indicate dozens of missiles. Primarily, it seems, the solid propellant Fate 110.
Known for accuracy.
Right, exactly. Accurate, maneuverable. It shows a significant capability and a clear intent to hit specific high-value targets.
And what targets are we talking about?
Key targets appear to be military installations. Nevatim Air Base in southern Israel is confirmed hit.
That's strategic. Home to their F-35s.
A critical asset, yes. And there are also unverified reports, we should stress, unverified, of impacts near Dimona.
Which is obviously highly sensitive.
Extremely sensitive, yeah, near the Nuclear Research Center. Reports say the damage at Nevatim is significant, and sadly, casualties are feared. Emergency services are stretched thin.
A huge development. Okay, let's connect this to the bigger picture. What are the broader regional, international implications here? And what are other actors doing right now?
Right. This is where it gets incredibly complex. Almost simultaneously with the Iranian strikes, Hezbollah in Lebanon launched a massive rocket barrage into northern Israel.
Not a coincidence, surely.
Highly unlikely. It's being seen as coordinated, a two-front attack, really, signaling a broader objective.
And the global reaction.
Alarm bells ringing everywhere. U.S. forces in the region are on maximum alert. U.S. warships in the Med and the Gulf reportedly engaged some missiles.
So the U.S. is already involved militarily.
In a defensive capacity, it appears so. And the U.S. president spoke with Prime Minister Netanyahu just minutes ago, we understand. The options they face are stark.
How so?
Well, massive retaliation risks dragging the U.S. much deeper into a regional war. But restraint, that risks looking weak, undermining deterrence. It's a classic strategic dilemma, a real lose-lose.
Wow. Okay. And diplomatic channels? Are they keeping up?
They're scrambling. You can almost hear the phones ringing off the hook in New York. The UN Security Council is pushing for an emergency session. Egypt and Qatar are reportedly trying to reestablish communication lines, to de-escalate. But honestly, diplomacy feels miles behind when missiles are in the air.
Understandable.
Yeah.
And the economic fallout. We always see that quickly.
Immediate and sharp. Markets are plummeting.
Yeah.
Investors see this direct confrontation, and it signals major risk to global oil supplies.
Oil prices.
Surging past $100 a barrel. That's a key threshold, psychologically and economically. We haven't seen that in years. It hits everything. Transport, manufacturing.
So what does this all mean, wrapping this up for now? We're seeing this Terrifying escalation, millions sheltering tonight under a real threat. Global stability, just hanging by a thread.
Exactly. The critical window is right now, Israel's response. Prime Minister Netanyahu is convening the war cabinet as we speak. That decision will define what happens next.
And if they strike deep inside Iran,
If they hit, say, command centers or even nuclear facilities, we are looking at a potential regional conflagration, a fire that could just consume the entire Middle East and maybe beyond.
sobering thought.
It really is. This direct confrontation, it shatters the old patterns, doesn't it, where proxies acted as a kind of buffer. So the question for you to think about is, what does this fundamental shift mean for the future of warfare in this region? Given that long reliance on proxies, what new rules, if any, might be emerging from this direct, unprecedented exchange? Something with profound implications for all of us.